Hi kids, good evening, good evening, good evening. कैसे हैं मेरे बच्चे? How are you doing everybody? I hope everybody is doing supremely fabulous. Neural control and coordination. Today we're going to be doing spinal cord, reflex action and reflex arc. It's a simple question. Class, if you remember, we done the nerves in the last class. Do you remember that? Very clearly. So starting from there, we're going to pick up this particular class. But I have great raised to power infinity good news is for each one of you, be it my NEET 2022 aspirants or be it my NEET 2023 aspirants. Before I start today's class, I'm going to be asking you a question which I asked my class. You know, I asked my 5th standard, my 5 p.m. 5th standard, my 5 p.m. Students also, how many of you wish to get in touch with me, ask me your problems, that ma'am, ye problem aa raha hai, this is what is the problem, please solve it. If you would like to do that, would you like to, now you know your schools are closed and your colleges are closed and you don't really have a way to interact with your friends to at least have a helping hand. I have started something really nice, but the thing is, why is it so nice? Because this particular place where we are going to sit and talk, we're only going to talk about our studies, maybe about a little bit of social issues, about problems, but we are not going to watch those small YouTube type videos, no Instagram. So we are not going to waste any time, but we are only going to be discussing our problems and trying to find a solution to them. So I've created a space that's like your space. It's not my space. That's why I'm going to rename it. I'm going to call it a Biotonian space. I asked in the last class also that students write down in the comment section what you want the space to be named, and I will name it for you, whatever you want. Right? So here, see, I posted a question. Hi my lovely kids, kaise ho? How many of you have problems in managing your time? Coaching super soon. Comment below about your problems and I shall give you a timetable soon. So now see, right? Answers obviously nobody has given, but see, right? And I could see, you know, I gave answer to him. Then Reshma ne itna lamba kuch likh ke diya hai because I took a class. So then, you know, we can sit. Vani Ma'am's Chunumunus, maybe this. So this is where we're going to meet. It's on Quora. So you must become a member of the Biotonic gang on Quora. And why I decided here is because मैं रोज कोई 2000 Telegram messages का जवाब देती थी, right? And the biggest problem was that everybody had the same problem. I used to answer, but then also some 20, 30 students, 40 students, 50 students used to be left behind. Then I used to be like, what? So here we can actually learn from each other's things. Good on. So just become a part here and you can, you know, children are also personally messaging me. People are asking me to become a contributor. They are asking me what are their problems. Right? See? So then daily we should PCB how many hours? See? Oh my God, so many. डन, चलिए तो अभी आज की पढ़ाई शुरू करते हैं. इसको मैंने आपको दिखा दिया है and let's quickly get started with today's class. Also guys, I have to tell you this, that this book which I have written is for class 11th also. Please don't come to class 12th without solving the book. 2500 questions are from class 11th. If you don't solve them this year, when are you going to solve them? Next year? Right? So please don't come without solving. It's 5000 pages and 5000 plus MCQs. Out of that, 2000 MCQs are from class 11th. Please solve them in class 11th only. Don't come next year without solving all the MCQs. And 12th वाले को तो मैंने ultimatum दे दिया है, मुझे by hearting करना शुरू कर दो. ठीक है? You must by heart the book. चलिए, neural control and coordination शुरू करते हैं. आज यहाँ इतनी ठंड है that I'm honest, आपने मुझे बहुत कम, बहुत rarely Vedantu t-shirt के बिना देखा होगा, but it's so cold that I could not wear, you know, I could not like wear another something else जो सुबह से पहना है because it's so cold. Yes everybody, Thank you so much, Srijita. Let's quickly move forward. Let's come to, it's an English class, neural control and coordination. We're going to be talking about spinal coordination, reflex action and reflex arc. Before I move forward, tell me, how is the screen brightness? How's the brightness? Is it better? Yes. So I spent my Sunday morning trying to, completely change the, yes, is it fine? Yes, badhiya hai. I changed the lighting, so it looks much better now. Is it not? Chale. And guys, if you have any problems, you can definitely follow me on Instagram. You know my Instagram account. And remember, it is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows. So if you keep thinking that you know everything, you will never be able to improve. First unlearn, get over all your wrong conditionings, and then only we can move forward. Remember to get this book. Remember, today at 9 p.m. sample paper pattern, CBSE Term 2, Human Health and Disease, we are going to be doing. And look at this. Yes, I think this should be the new teacher's pledge. Teachers are not perfect. Teachers are not machines. Yes, we work like machines, but we are not. I remember Saturday ki class, I don't know how many of you were there, but I ended the class after 15-20 minutes because I just couldn't stand. I was so tired, my eyes were closing. Yes, teachers make mistakes, but teachers need compassion. Teachers need help at times. Teachers need other teachers, and that's okay. Yes, teachers need loving students to continue to give them so much love so that they can keep on moving ahead in life. Right? So please make sure that you like the channel. Please make sure that you share the channel. Subscribe. हमेशा आपको एक चीज कहती हूँ, I've been telling you just one thing. Let us go to every child in India who needs us, and there are so many kids who need us. So many kids who need us. So make sure that you like, make sure that you share, and make sure that you subscribe. Correct? Now, before I start today's class, guys, if you are in 11th, how many of you are in 11th वैसे? Forget this. It's just a heart-to-heart conversation with my class 11th aspirants. How many of you are in class 11th? Thanks, sweet weapon. How many of you are in class 11th? If you're in class 11th, the biggest favor that you can do to yourself is to not have backlogs. Please don't come to 12th with backlogs. 12th ke kitne bachche raise your hand? The biggest problem class 12th students have, ma'am 11th week, ma'am 11th week, ma'am 11th week, ma'am 11th week, ma'am. It is still January, February, March, April, May में जाकर आपका 12th start होगा. Don't go to 12th with backlogs. All class 12 students are absolutely fed up of backlogs. In 11th you finish, right? And the last Ed Fest is going on. That is why I'm telling you this. अगर आपका 11th 70% भी हो जाए ना, in 12th it is a big thing because you will not have problems in class 12. So remember that complimentary along with your NEET, you will get CBSE का complete crash course, NEET crash course, KVPY crash course, English, Hindi separate batches, complete PCB with 20 hours of session per week with 14 books. Books में होगा QR code, you scan it and you get it. Right? जो भी वीडियो चल रहा है, it is really helpful. Practice tests, assignments, don't miss this. Right? And सबसे बड़ी problem होती है, without doubts you can't move ahead. Doubt support is there class 11th. Imagine 30-day price. 30 day में सारे micro course download करना. Download all micro courses in just 30 days. Nearly 40-50% of the syllabus you can easily do. But look at the price. Don't miss this opportunity. Even if you're studying somewhere else, you're not understanding there, you're studying in an offline setup, you don't have recordings, keep it for the recordings, guys. The code is VD Pro. Done. What is the code? VD Pro. ठीक है? चलो, let's move to the structure. Did I start from here? I told you about the nerves in the last class. Can we start? Yes. Pin drop silence, please. No talking, Anchal. No talking anybody else. Ayushi, pin drop silence. Let's get started. Structure of human brain. What did I tell you in the last class? We have the human brain. Did I tell you about a small word called DAP? What is the full form of DAP? Please tell me. What is the full form of DAP, DAP? Dura matter, arachnoid matter, pia matter. Yes? Focus mode, dura matter, arachnoid matter, pia matter. What is the outermost covering? Dura matter. What is the middle covering? Arachnoid matter. What is the innermost covering? Pia matter. What are these three called? They are called the meninges. What is the function of meninges? Protection. What is the inflammation of meninges? Called meningitis. What causes meningitis? Neisseria meningitis. I explained all of this in the last class. What is this called? It's called the skull. Right inside the skull is further, there are three layers of meninges, dura matter, arachnoid matter, pia matter, and then you have the structure of the human brain. Brain is soft, whitish, large-sized, slightly flattened structure located inside a cranial cavity. The brain has got three parts. This part is called the forebrain, this part is called the midbrain, this part is called the hindbrain. Forebrain is called prosencephalon, midbrain is called mesencephalon, hindbrain is called rhombencephalon. What is it called? Rhombencephalon, mesencephalon, prosencephalon. So you have your forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. It is a pure NCERT slide. Everything is from NCERT. It is very, very important. The forebrain, which is referred to as the prosencephalon, will have a olfaction. Olfaction is smell. We'll have olfactory lobe. Olfaction, smell, rhinitis is inflammation of the nose. So olfactory lobe is called the rhyncephalon. Can you see that? What is the olfactory lobe called? Rhyncephalon. You have the cerebrum, the two cerebral halves. The two cerebral halves, olfaction is smell, which is called the telencephalon, and you have the diencephalon. So you have the rhyncephalon, the telencephalon, and the diencephalon. You have the hindbrain, which is called pons, which is called the mesencephalon, cerebellum arboreate, tree of life, and the medulla oblongata. So pons, medulla oblongata, and cerebellum is a part of hindbrain, which is really important. Any injury to the pons, medulla oblongata, or the cerebellum can cause immediate death. Any doubts till now? You have the prosencephalon, you have the mesencephalon, you have the rhombencephalon. Is that clear? The prosencephalon is a forebrain which consists of rhyncephalon, telencephalon, and diencephalon. I am sorry. I'm not well. I couldn't speak too much in the first class also. You have the midbrain and you have the pons, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata. Is that clear? Is that clear? No? Okay, I'm just having some Vicks, I'll be fine. Okay. So pons, cerebellum, medulla oblongata. Chale aage? If I wouldn't be able to speak, I'll take half a class today. Don't worry. See. Now is the slide clear? Better than yesterday, no? Beautifully clear slide? Yes? I feel so good. Finally, I was able to solve the light problem. Yes, see, I put a light there, I put a light here, I put a light here. Wow. Yes, सब दिख रहा है clearly? Perfect. Forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. Embryo में दिख रहा है hindbrain बड़ा है. अब देखो forebrain बड़ा हो गया. Cerebral hemispheres आ गए. Cerebral hemispheres भी कौन से होते हैं? Right और left. Sagittal suture होता है. दो cerebral hemispheres होते हैं. Yes or no? Come on guys, mark your attendance. You have the diencephalon, you have the midbrain, the pons, the cerebellum, little brain, the medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata is going down as spinal cord. Oblong का मतलब क्या होता है? ऐसा. इस shape का होता है medulla oblongata. And then it goes down as the spinal cord. Any doubts, Sai Lakshmi, Jagrati, right? एंटीरियर 2/3 बनते हैं फोर ब्रेन से। फोर ब्रेन में होता है सेरिब्रम, थैलेमस जो रिले सेंटर है। व्हाट इज रिले सेंटर? व्हाट इज रिले सेंटर? इंफॉर्मेशन को पास करना। क्या होता है रिले सेंटर? इंफॉर्मेशन को पास करना। मेरे पास 10 इंफॉर्मेशन आ रही है, मैं थैलेमस हूं, मैं देखूंगा ये इंफॉर्मेशन इंपॉर्टेंट है, पास। वेस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन को पास, गुड इंफॉर्मेशन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू टेल द ब्रेन, पास। रिले सेंटर, पासिंग इंफॉर्मेशन, रिले सेंटर थैलेमस। हाइपोथैलेमस पिट्यूटरी केमिकल कंट्रोल किसका पार्ट है? फोर ब्रेन का पार्ट है। मिड ब्रेन आई कम टू pons, medulla oblongata, cerebellum। दिख रहा है आपको? अब ये जो सेरिब्रम है इसके लोब्स होते हैं। क्या होते हैं? लोब्स। क्या होते हैं दोबारा बताओ? लोब्स। ये क्या होता है? फ्रंटल लोब। ये कान के ऊपर वाला लोब कौन सा होता है? टेम्पोरल लोब। ये दोनों कौन से होते हैं? पेराइटल लोब्स। और ये पीछे वाला कौन सा होता है? ऑक्सीपिटल लोब। तो सेरिब्रम के क्या होते हैं? बेलम नहीं, सेरिब्रम, नॉट बेलम, सेरिब्रम। सेरिब्रम के क्या होते हैं? लोब्स। फ्रंटल कान के ऊपर, टेम्पोरल, पेराइटल 2, टेम्पोरल 2, फ्रंटल 1, and how many are there in occipital? 1. Is that clear? Let's come to forebrain cerebrum functions. Cerebrum provides higher brain functions. How does the cerebrum look? So does it have increased surface area because of the nature? It's never straight. Is it straight? No, it's like this. So it is able to interpret the impulse from sense organs. What is eye is telling you? Danger is coming. Ear is telling you. You are hearing somebody shout. Skin is telling you. Is that clear? So it has these. They are called as the gyri and sulci, which increase the surface area. Therefore, it is able to store information in forms of interpreting information. Is that clear, Shreya? Sign. It will initiate voluntary muscular movements. You want to slap somebody, you want to punch somebody, you want to kick somebody. And ma'am, इतनी आज violent क्यों हुई है? You want to speak. That is called as voluntary muscular activity movements. It is the one because it has so much space, so much surface area because of gyri and sulci. It will store information as memory. And it will retrieve this information in reasoning. जब लड़ाई करनी है, अमर कितना पढ़ाई चल रहा है, when you have to, you know, reason it out. ऐसा हुआ था तब ऐसा हुआ था, उसने ऐसा किया था, इसने ऐसा, पुरानी सारी information. The cerebrum is also the seat of intelligence and personality. Is that clear, Jaggu? Is that clear? Good personality. Some people have a very good personality, very pleasing personality. You look at them, you feel very good. They're able to speak very well. They're able to carry themselves very well. They have a good forebrain, well-developed forebrain. Right? Intelligence. Some people have very high IQ, well-developed forebrain, very well-developed forebrain. Right? Okay. Let's look at the various areas in the cerebrum. This is an important class. Please pay attention. Please pay attention. This is a very important class. Very, very important class. Okay. Now, this is the cerebellum. We are not going to look at it now. We are going to look at everything else. Frontal lobe, front. Frontal lobe is basically for intelligence. I have written. Well-developed frontal lobe means the person has intelligence. Well-developed frontal lobe. Frontal lobe is the seat of intelligence. Some people are able to speak very well. You've looked at India's Prime Minister. Is he a good orator? Such people are called orators. They speak fabulously well. You look at them, and you will feel यार ये बोलते रहे और हम सुनते रहे. Yes, they speak very well. They are very good at words. They are very good at speaking. Right? Yes, they can speak very well. They can articulate their words very well. They never stammer while speaking. They never stutter while speaking. They don't take long breaks while speaking. They don't have to formulate sentences in their brain. It doesn't take too much time. They're able to speak effortlessly. It doesn't even look like you are saying. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I think yes, even I may have a well-developed Broca's area. Yes, like I may have a not well-developed maths area. I may have a very poorly developed physics area. 100% guarantee. Logical reasoning, 0. Ill-developed physics, ill-developed maths. But I do believe that I can have a well-developed Broca's area. Right? So, some people who speak motor speech, what you speak, motor, what you speak is your motor speech area. Control the voluntary muscles, the tongue, the larynx, what you speak. Is that clear? Understood? Now, apart from that, there is one more area which is called the Wernicke's area. This is a very important thing. I am speaking. Are you understanding, Sai? Are you understanding, Anchal? Pragya, are you understanding, Pragya? Mahesha, when someone speaks, when you understand that, that is when your Wernicke's area is sensory speech. When somebody speaks, you hear it, you understand. Right? Some people are able to understand many languages. Right? They could have a well-developed Wernicke's area. And I personally feel that development of these lobes, this is something which I want to do my PhD on. It's something which is very close to my heart. Very, very close to my heart. I'm saying it for the first time on YouTube like that. I've never said that before. But a part of it is God's gift. Right? There is no challenging that. What do you mean by God's gift? It's genetic. Right? Like there are so many reasons. There are so many things which are genetic. So similarly, color of your skin, texture of your hair, how your eyes are, it's genetics, right? It's combination, permutation, combination, genetics. So part of it is genetics, definitely. Your Wernicke's area, your motor brook, but I feel, and not only I'm a small fish, most of the scientists feel that from birth, 2-3 years of age, a lot of these areas can be developed, but not in adulthood. Not when the child is like 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, no. They can be developed from the child is in the mother's womb till 3.5, 4 years. Yes, that is something where I want to do a lot of research in. That what can be the tools to make sure that we are able to not only improve these areas, but we are also able to capture that data, that how are they improving with predictable results. So that is something where I really want to spend a considerable time of my life in trying to find out the way I teach. I'm a teacher. I know how intuitive children are, but I want to get into early learning. Young children, very young, that how can we develop their Broca's area? How can we develop their Wernicke's area? So that is something which is very close to my heart. Yes, bomb. Okay? So this is important. This is important. मैं कितनी प्रोटेक्टेड जगह पे रहती हूँ, आसपास बॉम्ब उड़ाते रहते हैं लोग। यस, कुछ तो हुआ होगा, एक तो टैंक वैंक ने फायर किया होगा, गन वन खोया भी नहीं सकता है, उड़ा देंगे हम अगर कोई आया तो। अरे असली बॉम्ब, अरे कोई नकली बॉम्ब, यहाँ दिवाली बॉम्ब नहीं होते हैं, यहाँ असली बॉम्ब होते हैं। यस, चले अरे सच बोल, मेरे पे कोई बॉम्ब नहीं उड़ा रहा है, प्रैक्टिस हो रहा होगा बॉम्ब उड़ाने का। चलो डन। कितने लोग हैं जो विक्स और कोई भी चीज पूरी नहीं खाते हैं? में इज इट उत्कर्ष, क्या हुआ है पता नहीं। ओके प्रेरणा, चले आइए। ओके, ऑडिटरी, ऑडिटरी कौन होता है? टेम्पोरल। ऑक्सीपिटल इज फॉर विजन, विजन, ठीक है, इंपॉर्टेंट, क्लियर? चले। So what did I tell you the function of thalamus? What did I tell you the function of thalamus? What is non-eating? पिट्टी, छोटा सा मास होता है, it is gray matter, relay center for sensory impulse। आपको, आप चलते जा रहे हो सड़क पे, इसमें नॉर्मल लोग चल रहे हैं, सडनली आपका किसी पे क्रश है, वो इंफॉर्मेशन जाएगी, उसने क्या शर्ट पहना, उसने क्या पैंट पहना, उसने कैसा बेल्ट पहना, उसने, सडनली आप जा रहे हो, सडनली आपका क्रश सामने से दिखाई देने लगता है। भाई ऐसे ऐसे तिरछी निगाहों से उसने क्या शू पहना है और क्या शर्ट पहना है, क्या पैंट पहना है, सब कुछ ऐसे स्कैन कर लोगे ऐसे। थैलेमस ने अपना काम कर लिया। क्या इसने देख लिया कौन सा इंफॉर्मेशन दिमाग पे जाना है, कौन सा नहीं जाना? अब एक और काम, थैलेमस का टोटल टॉप लेवल काम बताती हूँ। आपका क्रश किसी और के साथ हाथों में हाथ डाल के जा रहा है, फिर तो थैलेमस आग लगा देगा। यस और नो? यस, देवांशु सच बता दो। यस, आपका क्रश, बचपन का क्रश, वो जो गाना, यार मेरे जाने मन बचपन का प्यार मेरा भूल नहीं जाना रे, ये करेगा थैलेमस। यस भाई, भस्म कर देगा थैलेमस सब कुछ, राइट? क्रश तो क्रश किसी और के साथ एकदम, उसका फोन वोन सब स्कैन कर लोगे तुम। यस और नो? यार अब तो नहीं भूलेगा ना थैलेमस? कौन सा सेंसरी डेटा जाएगा? क्या हर एक चीज कैप्चर करके दिमाग में रखने का एनर्जी है? टेल मी, दिस इज सच एन इंपॉर्टेंट। डू यू हैव सो मच एनर्जी? विल यू बी एबल टू कैप्चर एवरीथिंग? All the sensory inputs of the world, will you be able to capture them? Yes? Is it important? Do you have that much of space to store all the information? Will your brain be overworked to process all the information? Yes. If brain is working, will it consume all the glucose of the body? Yes. The entire glucose will be consumed in only trying to process so much information which is finally not even required. So do you have to filter? Yes. Who will filter it? Who will filter it? Who will sort the data? Sorts data. तो cerebellum के पास ये information जाएगी, the thalamus. That is called relay. Information को pass करता है। इसको फोन करके बताएगा ये वो काम कर, उसको फोन करके बताएगा तू ये कर, देगा अरे तू वापस आए, information not required है, waste, कट कर देगा फोन। हेलो, अच्छा क्या होता है जैसे आपका आता है हेलो, अच्छा मुझे रोज फोन होता है, अरे रे बजाज फिनसर्व बैलेंस क्रेडिट कार्ड तगोरी, मैं जैसे वो फोन करता है अरे रे अरे रे क्रेडिट कार्ड तगोरी टिक, अरे रे एसबीआई क्रेडिट कार्ड तगोरी टिक। यस, डू आई फिल्टर? भाई नहीं चाहिए भाई क्रेडिट कार्ड। क्या करते हो आप लोग, क्या करते हो? एड, स्किप एड करते हो? सर हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वीडियो देख रहे हो स्किप एड? किसने बोला स्किप एड कर? काम की इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है, स्किप करो, स्किप एड करते हो ना, स्किप एड? यस, हु इज सेइंग दैट? छोटी छोटी चीजें, थैलेमस नहीं होगा तो बैठ के ऐड देखते रहोगे। सब चीजें ऑब्जर्व करते रहोगे ऐसे बैठ के। समझ आया? अब तो नहीं भूलोगे। सारे काम कौन करते हैं? थैलेमस। कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन लेनी है, कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं लेनी है, ठीक है, कौन करता है? थैलेमस। अभी आप मॉल में जा रहे हो, एक तरफ है लुई फिलिप क्लोथ्स फॉर अंकल्स, एक तरफ है फैब इंडिया क्लोथ्स फॉर आंटीज, दूसरी तरफ है यो फैशन क्लोथ्स, के पॉप फैशन क्लोथ्स। अब एक तरफ चल रहा है पंकज उधास की गजल, तेरे बिना जीने का कैसे, थैलेमस ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया। दूसरी तरफ यू आर माय बटर टू माय शुगर, यू आर माय बटर इन योर फैसिनेशन डेस्टिनेशन। कौन है यार वो के पॉप आपका बटर बटर करता है, हार्ट थ्रॉब, पता नहीं क्या क्या। तुम्हारा दिमाग वहीं जाएगा, थैलेमस वहीं पे जाएगा। यस, समझ आ रहा है ना? यस, आर्मी आर्मी वही करोगे तुम लोग। समझ आया? थैलेमस रोज के टाइम पे हजारों चीजें होती है। एंड टेल मी वन थिंग, इज इट ऑटोमेटेड? जहां पे ध्यान जाना होता है, नो सी दिस इज द ब्रेन, दिस इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ द ब्रेन। समझो नालायकों, वहां पे तुम्हारा ध्यान ही नहीं जाएगा जहां तुम्हारे मतलब का काम ही नहीं है। जहां पे तुम्हारे मतलब का काम आया, तुम्हारी ऑटोमेटिकली ऐसे आई बॉल निकलेंगी। समझ आया? मुझे भी पसंद है। गॉट इट? दिस इज ऑटोमेशन। योर एनर्जी इज नॉट इवन गोइंग, तुम्हें खुद पता चल जाएगा कि ये तुम्हारे मतलब का काम है। हाइपोथैलेमस इंपॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है। मैंने कल आपको एक बड़ी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज बताई थी। मैंने बोला था मेरे गार्डन में बहुत सारी स्क्विरल है और वो सब ऐसे हो रखे हैं क्योंकि उनकी बॉडी में हंगर सेंटर नहीं है, जिसे सैटाइटी कहते हैं। मान लो पृथ्वीराज 2 साल के बाद एक शादी में गया, 50 मोमो खा लिया, 51 मोमो तो नहीं खा सकता ना? खा सकता है 51 मोमो? अगर बोला पृथ्वीराज मोमो करेगा। सैटाइटी वी कैन कंट्रोल। जलेबी का बहुत शौक है। सपोज श्रेया नंदी इज देयर, शी लव्स जलेबी। आफ्टर हैविंग 101 जलेबी, इफ यू गिव 102 जलेबी टू श्रेया नंदी, don't want jalebi. That control of satiety, that feeling of fullness, that I can't eat more. This is the most important MCQ which comes from here. Body weight को control करता है। Movements, control of movements. How many times have it happened that you've tried to slip but you've done like this? Heel पहन के चल रहा है, टुक 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 टक, and suddenly you're holding something. Movements. Right? Glandular secretions of stomach and intestine, sleep and wakefulness, body temperature. Suddenly it gets very cold outside. What are you going to do, Devanshu? Your muscles will undergo what? Contraction, shivering. It's very hot outside. You will sweat. Heart rate, arterial blood pressure, water and electrolyte balance. What will happen if you have too much of water? You will pass urine. Control of hunger, right? All of these are very important to maintain the equilibrium of the body. Heart rate is very important to maintain equilibrium of the body. Body temperature is very important to maintain equilibrium of the body. Water and electrolyte balance. If you keep having water without passing urine, there will be a disbalance in the body. Hunger, satiety, movements. Lower animals don't have a satiety center. Have you seen rats? They will keep eating, hogging, putting, storing. They don't have a satiety. Humans have a satiety center. After a certain time, humans cannot eat, sleep and wakefulness. All of this is part of hypothalamus. Right? Expression of emotional reactions, excitement, pleasure, anxiety, fear, motivation. Have you seen people, have you heard of people who criminally, sexually abuse other people? Have you seen people in newspapers? You must have seen Gusaya, they've killed somebody with an axe. Yes, how unfortunate. Rage, extreme rage, road rage. Have you seen people on the road suddenly fighting because of accident? Extreme road rage. Have you seen suddenly they're going and firing somebody? When you don't have control over rage, when you don't have control over pleasure, you will sexually exploit somebody for your own pleasure. Right? When you become fearless. See, normal people will not do it because normal people are afraid of the law, of the country. Right? When all of these things get mixed, that means there is a problem with the hypothalamus. Have you heard of serial killers? Yes, emotional brain, limbic system. Have you heard of serial killers? People who kill 5, 10, 50. That means they are unafraid. They derive a certain pleasure out of doing it. Right? There is a problem in the emotional brain. There is a problem in the limbic system. There is a problem in the hypothalamus. Right? So hypothalamus and the limbic system also control your emotional reactions like excitement, like pleasure, like rage, like anxiety, and like fear, and also motivation. Right? Have you seen some people always get demotivated very easily? They're always sad. Kabhi bhi unke paas chale jao. They're always sad. They will have some or the other sad story to tell you in life. मेरे साथ ये हो गया, वो हो गया, ऐसा हो गया, वैसा हो गया, and one sad story. Whereas there are others who are fighters. There would be such wrong things would have happened to them, but they will still have an attitude to fight. This is again under the control of hypothalamus. And they also secrete the pituitary hormones that I've discussed in the last class. I'm not going to touch that now. Is that clear? Yes, absolutely, but still fine, good. Let us now come to the midbrain. So can you see the brain stem? And can you see that this part and this part in the middle, the pons and cerebellum with the cerebrum, it is connecting. The midbrain connects the pons and cerebellum with the cerebrum. The cerebrum and the pons and medulla oblongata, who's going to connect them in the middle? You will have the midbrain. Yes, Pyasa. Receives and integrates auditory data. Receives in what is integration? To find out इस पे कैसे act करना है. Auditory data. Visual reflexes, क्या information आई, कैसे act करना है. Sends sensory data to higher brain centers. Any doubts? Any doubts? Let's come to the hindbrain. So you have the pons, you have the medulla oblongata. Can you see this medulla oblongata is going down as the spinal cord? The medulla oblongata is going down as the spinal cord. Medium between cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Pons. ऊपर कौन है? Cerebrum. साइड में कौन है? Cerebellum. नीचे कौन है? Medulla. बीच में कौन है? Who's this in the middle? Who's this pons? ऊपर कौन है? Cerebrum. साइड में कौन है? Cerebellum. नीचे कौन है? मेडुला ऑब्लोंगेटा. ऊपर कौन है? सेरिब्रम. साइड में कौन है? सेरिबेलम. नीचे कौन है? मेडुला ऑब्लोंगेटा. बीच में कौन है? पॉन्स. व्हाट इज द फंक्शन ऑफ पॉन्स? मेडुला ऑब्लोंगेटा से इंफॉर्मेशन सेरिबेलम को देगा सेरिबेलम से, मेडुला ऑब्लोंगेटा को देगा मेडुला से, सेरिब्रम को देगा सेरिब्रम से, इधर देगा. सो इट्स लाइक अगेन ट्रांजिट बीच में पड़ गया. राइट? लाइक दिस से and if you would want to go from Asia to Europe, Turkey, you have to cross Turkey. Once you cross Turkey, on one side of Turkey is Asia, on the other side of Turkey is Europe. Yes or no? Turkey is right in the middle. Yes or no? Yes? So from Asia, then you have Iran and all these countries. But Turkey is right in the middle between Europe and Asia. Similarly, you have cerebrum, bellum, medulla oblongata. Most important thing it does is, मैंने पिछली क्लास में बताया था, if you were not there, depth of breathing, how deeply, कुछ तो हो रहा है आज, attack mode, depth of breathing. Is that clear? Depth of breathing. Is that clear? Medulla oblongata. Look at the shape. Look at the shape. Can you see? It's oblong. It's oblong. Posterior most part of the brain and continues as the spinal cord. It's going down as the spinal cord. Breathing ये control करता है. Circulation ये control करता है. Swallowing ये control करता है. Digestion ये. Coughing. It's very important for reflex. Suddenly अगर मुंह में कुछ चला जाए, it will cough out. Sneezing ये reflex. Reflex, vomiting, sneezing, coughing. It's like a reflex action. It is protective. Yes? Is that clear? Any doubts? Any doubts? Perfect. Okay? चलिए. So, medulla oblongata. आ जाइए hind brain, cerebellum. Cerebellum has a small tree in between. This is called the arbor vitae. Arbor is tree of life. So what is it called? Arbor. Arboreal is tree. Vitae is life. So it's called the arbor vitae. Arbor vitae. Cerebellum or the little brain. 1 second. Come back. 2 seconds. That way we jump. Wings. इसको क्या होगा बेचारे? I must have not written for a long time, is it? But I was writing. That's why it switches off. If you don't use it for some time, boom, and it gets scared. Oh, don't worry, BenQ. There we go. Okay, there it is. Right? So the cerebellum or the little brain is the second largest part of the brain. The first largest part of the cerebrum, and after that you have the cerebellum. It's going to coordinate body movement, posture, balance, learning and remembering motor response. अगर कोई अल्कोहल लेता है तो सेरिबेलम अफेक्ट होता है. अल्कोहल लेने से सेरिबेलम अफेक्ट होने की वजह से उसका पोस्चर और बैलेंस बिगड़ जाता है. हो जाते हैं, इसलिए आफ्टर ड्रिंकिंग ड्राइव नहीं करना चाहिए, बिकॉज द सेरिबेलम लुक्स आफ्टर द मोटर रिस्पॉन्सेज एंड द मोटर रिस्पॉन्सेज गेट स्पॉइल्ड आफ्टर ड्रिंकिंग अल्कोहल. रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन आपको पता है, who takes decision? Spinal cord, because the brain should not be troubled. कुछ गर्म छुआ, this. Reflex आप क्या होती है? Sensory, spinal cord, motor. Yes, पर सबसे important बेटा पूरा सिलेबस क्लास 11th का बचा है. Majority of you are in class 11th. आप सिर्फ टर्म 2 का क्रैश कोर्स ले लो. Look at the price. This is the last Ed Fest. Even if you're studying somewhere else, in 500 rupees आप पूरे 11th का टर्म 2 पढ़ सकते हो. Right? पूरे 11th का टर्म 2. I will continue this chapter a little bit tomorrow. पूरे 11th का टर्म 2 इसको बिल्कुल भी मिस मत करना. Like just don't miss it. Right? Let me show you exactly क्या करना है. ये दिख रहा है आपको? ये तो नीट क्रैश कोर्स है, नीट 2 years है. यहाँ पे आप क्लास 12 CBSE टर्म 2 फुल सिलेबस. क्रैश कोर्स बेसिकली उन बच्चों के लिए है जो 2022 में एग्जाम दे रहे हैं. बट अगर आपने 2023 में एग्जाम देना है, just come here. You can buy the complete course or you can just buy 1 month. Right? And just go get this. इसमें आप पूरे 1 महीने का भी ले सकते हो. टर्म 2 फुल सिलेबस, टर्म क्लास 11th वालों के लिए भी है बच्चों. See, right? 15 days, complete 30 days with my code. 30 days, and this is the last ever term 2 syllabus. बिल्कुल भी इसे मिस मत करना. लास्ट टर्म 2 syllabus है. Go get this. Yes, I really wish you go get this. Take care. I will see you sharp at 9 p.m. Bye. Bye. Bye guys.